If you want to work as a photographer right now and you're still trying to make money the old way, then most likely you are falling behind right now. And that's why I want to show you 9 new career paths for photographers in 2026 where the money is moving to in the industry. Whether you're starting out in photography or you're already an established photographer and you're looking to discover new revenue streams for yourself, this video should give you some guidance for the near future. If you don't know me yet and you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Katja. I'm a 36-year-old photographer based out in Berlin, Germany, and I'm making these YouTube videos to help other photographers just like me to discover some of the things that I wish somebody had told me earlier on my career path. But now let's dive right into this video. So career path number 1 that I want to talk about is drone and aerial photography. So according to my research, the drone photography market is supposed to exceed $12 billion in 2025 alone. So this means this field is booming and this field is growing in 2026. Especially event planners and wedding planners are looking for drone photographers and drone videographers. And of course, probably the heart of the industry is real estate. So those markets are hungry for good quality aerial imagery created by professionals like you. So this field is particularly interesting for photographers who love to get into the technicality of things and learn how to use new cameras and techniques. And as I mentioned already, the markets where this is particularly in demand are real estate, events, and weddings. So if you are already working in any of those 3 fields, you can just add drone and aerial photography onto your existing portfolio of services that you offer. Or if you're just starting out or you're looking for completely new fields to discover for yourself, then this is something that you can start learning right now. The next career path is the personal brand photographer. And this is a career path that I have personally started to take about a year and a half ago, specializing on personal branding for entrepreneurs, coaches, and anybody who is a small business owner and wants to build a personal brand. So, entrepreneurs, coaches, and creators are looking to build a cohesive brand image online of themselves. So they need a constant stream of new great portraits of themselves and personal branding photos showing them doing the business that they are doing. The big difference to the old kind of just portrait career path that a lot of photographers are on to personal brand photography is really that you're specializing, that you are creating images that work on different formats online, especially websites, LinkedIn, and other social media formats for those people who are looking to build a personal brand. As a personal brand photographer, you cannot only take great portraits of people, but you can also think and plan with those people strategically what type of content they might need, what type of imagery will support their branding. So you are a little bit of a crossover between a marketing expert and a photographer, building those strategic assets for your clients. This niche is developing strongly over the past couple of years and is continuing on an upward trajectory for 2026. And I can see that in my own client requests because more and more people are realizing how important a personal brand is in 2025, 2026, and is becoming more important in the future. So more people are willing to spend money on personal branding photography. And a tool that has been so useful for me in my personal branding photography and collaborating with my personal branding clients is the software PicDrop. PicDrop is a super easy to use online image sharing tool for photographers who need to collaborate with the people who they are taking pictures of. So I personally have used PicDrop for over 5 years now to deliver the galleries to my clients. Within this tool, my galleries look beautiful, seamless, are easy to use, and Everything is self explanatory for the client to pick the images that they want from the photo shoot that they did with me. They can use different colored flags, they can leave comments, and even draw on the images to let me know what kind of changes they would like me to make in the editing process. This tool has saved me so much time because there's no back and forth via email. Everything can be done on the online platform that is accessible for me and to my clients from anywhere in the world. You can either decide to use their free basic plan forever, and you can try all their pro features by signing up with my link down below. Now let's move on to the new career paths for photographers, and thank you to PictureUp for sponsoring this segment of the video. The next career path I want to talk about is the social media photographer and videographer for small businesses. So right now, we are entering a world where no matter how small your business is, whether it's an online business or it's a store, a small business in the high street, everybody who has a business and is running a business needs content to promote it online. And a lot of small business owners kind of start doing it DIY style. They're trying to take content on their phone, trying to make their own images, trying to take their own reels. And some are really successful with it, but some, and I would say the majority of people, realize that this is something that you need skills for, and this is actually a full-time job to create social media content, whether that's pictures or moving images, and they start hiring professionals for that. And that's where you come in. So basically, in this new career path, you are moving into this new world of social media content creation, whether that's images or videos for TikTok, for other social media platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn, you name it. It's vertical content, it's traditional content, it's everything under the sun. No matter what it is, it has to work for this small business. And especially, you can focus on any type of product based business. So, whether that's your regular schmegular matcha and coffee store, or if it's any kind of food business, or they're selling handbags or jewelry. No matter what they are, they need to capture content to market their business and advertise for their business online. And in this day and age, you need a ton of content to be shot all the time. Almost every single day, you need some new images, videos, and uploads. So there is a huge potential and a huge gap right now for people to swoop in who have the skills already to take this great imagery, to take those videos and offer it to small businesses. But before I move on to the next point, if you're enjoying this type of breakdown, this type of video, please subscribe to the channel so I know I'll make more videos just like this one in the future. Thank you. So the next new photography career path is the luxury wedding photographer. And notice how I didn't say just wedding photographer. It's luxury wedding photographer. So right now, the global wedding industry is turning around $900 billion per year. And it's growing. So it's projected to grow about 12% until 2030. This means people are willing to spend more and more money on their special day, on their wedding. And they're not making it a one-day event. Sometimes they're making it a multiple-day event. So basically, couples are willing to spend a lot of money on anything to do with their wedding. And particularly, what becomes more important in this day and age of social media is, of course, having great images that they can post, having a video that they can share with their loved ones after the wedding, and to keep and remember forever. So a luxury wedding photographer is different to a regular wedding photographer just because they are specialized in big budget weddings, such as celebrity weddings, destination weddings, weddings that are particularly large in size or long in duration. So anything that is more upscale than your regular wedding. You need to show a specific level of skill that you can provide. And of course, the service packages are usually bigger. So some photographers collaborate with videographers or offer both photography and videography themselves. But usually it is a two-shooter setup where one person is focused on the still imagery and one person is focused on the moving images. Maybe you have seen the wedding photos of Selena Gomez, who is a singer and an actress. And she hired a star photographer, Petra Collins, to capture her wedding. And the images are stunning, beautiful. And of course, this is the type of event that would qualify as a luxury wedding. And speaking of the rich and famous, the next career path is the influencer photographer. What is an influencer photographer, you might ask? Good question. I'm going to explain it to you. An influencer photographer is a photographer who works specifically with influencers to create brand shoots, brand campaigns, and collaborations for those influencers. So, if you're not really familiar with how the influencer industry works, basically, especially in the niches of fashion and beauty and lifestyle, influencers who have a big following on TikTok, on Instagram, maybe on YouTube, they collaborate with brands who pay them money to showcase particular products, like a new fashion line of clothing or bags or creams or any type of makeup and stuff like that. And in exchange, those influencers need to create usually like high production value content for those brands, showing themselves using the product, talking about the product. Sometimes it's only photos with the product. And of course, there's always influencers who are capturing this content themselves. But most bigger creators and influencers are hiring people who are professionals to do that. So, for example, influencers like Emma Chamberlain or Olivia Jade, if you look at their Instagram and you scroll back a little bit, you can see like brand collab posts where you can see images that have clearly been taken by professional photographers, and especially photographers who are specialized in the fashion industry and in the beauty industry. And of course, this completely makes sense that this is where the money in the industry is moving to, because brands are no longer relying on traditional marketing channels such as magazines or big billboard ads or TV campaigns. They are moving into influencer marketing more and more. So a lot of the budget is moving into that area. So it makes sense for photographers who have been working in these industries to move into the influencer space as well. And the next trending career path for 2026 is the LinkedIn photographer. This one is, of course, related to some of the topics we have already touched on in this video, but it's a specific niche to be a LinkedIn photographer. It is related to the personal brand photography niche and, of course, the influencer photography niche, but it can be much more focused and much more specific to be a LinkedIn photographer. So I feel like most people still don't know this, but LinkedIn has become a massive social media platform where creators are emerging and people are creating a lot of content for LinkedIn. So as a LinkedIn photographer, you are focused on anything to do with that platform. And that starts with the profile picture for LinkedIn. And I think a lot of people aspire to have a beautiful LinkedIn picture now, whether it's actually like entrepreneurs who are building their personal brand or your regular schmegular employees. They also want to have a cool LinkedIn portrait. So you can always start with that, just offering LinkedIn portraits for people, like business portraits that are different to the AI generated content that anybody can get today and that have a specific style to you. And then once you get your foot in the door with LinkedIn portraits, you can always go deeper with the people and start developing it into some kind of personal branding or social media content package specifically tailored to LinkedIn posts. A lot of my personal branding clients post on LinkedIn and use the photos that we take together to feed their LinkedIn algorithm and to be present on the platform and to grow on LinkedIn. So this is great if you have been into business portraits or just regular portraits before and you want to really niche down and find some clients who have some bigger budgets. You will most likely find them on LinkedIn. And of course, to do that, you have to start being active on LinkedIn yourself, post on there, show your work, and get customers that way. And the next career path I want to talk about is a bit different to the previous ones, and that is the creator photographer or the UGC creator. So for this type of new career, you don't get hired by clients anymore, but you become the creator, basically. You are working for yourself, and the content, the images, the videos that you are shooting for yourself, with yourself, then collaborating with brands and giving them that content as user generated content, UGC. So that could be you shooting yourself using a specific product or service and then reviewing it in form of a video, whether that is creating some carousels for Instagram or TikTok using a specific product. You are basically becoming your own brand collaboration machine. So this is for people who want to dip their toes into being on camera and to influencer marketing, and who are not shy to be shooting content for themselves and also reaching out to brand and collaborating with them. You can work on your own terms that way, and you're no longer dependent on client work as a photographer. It is a very free and creative field where people can express themselves, and where especially photographers have a competitive advantage because you know how to create beautiful images, how to create beautiful moving images, and you have a leg up compared to anybody who just becomes a UGC creator and for the first time is trying to shoot something on their phone. So these are the 9 new career paths that I have for you today. I would be curious to hear if you have explored any of them already, if you want to move into them in 2026, and just your general thoughts on them. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll speak to you in my next video. Bye bye.